Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
This is the Free Music Funtime Show with Sorgatron. Enjoy.
What's our heading?
035, sir. Approximately 40 kilometers from Balmoral Castle.
We've lost visual contact.
What the hell is going on?
The bloody fuel lines are starting to freeze. Prepare for crash landing.
Select emergency fuel! Come on, you bastard!
Several hours ago, 3 helicopters went down and struck. They crashed because the fuel in their lines froze. On the ground, people froze before they could get out of their cars.
This is Scotland at the time the temperature dropped.
This thing looks just like a hurricane.
Only hurricanes don't form over land.
What's up, guys? How you doing? It's Sorgatron. Welcome to the Music Funtime Show. If you notice, we've had some video cast stuff going up all around youtube.com/Music Funtime Show. And we're also on coming up on the iTunes soon and also on Blip TV. We're going to try to convert this a little bit to video. Not really much point to it. Yeah, except we have a lot of video interviews coming up, and we thought we'd make sure to put them out there as many digestible ways possible. So you'll be seeing a little bit more of this face like on the rest of our Sorgatron Media productions, of course. That first track, an instrumental track, Jay Bishop with Approaching the Storm, his lead track off What's With the Weather. It's available over at scrubclubrecords.com. They are pumping out so much shit these days, it's ridiculous. There's been 3 albums that have come up on that website since I looked at it a week ago for music for this show. And there's just plenty of stuff there. I could do a show based on their stuff, and you'll probably still be hearing a lot of them because I like a lot of stuff coming out there. Not everything's for everybody, but I thought this was something a little different. Really cool guitars, and a full album of really just stuff around this concept. So go please check that out. Something also way different than that is Lohio. I attended Liquid Sundays this past weekend, an event local here to Pittsburgh, PA. Check it out, liquidsundays.com. Of course, put on by the great guys down there at Discovery Church. But Lohio was there. So here's our interview with them. And keep tuned to sorgatronmedia.com. We're going to have a little bit of footage from all around for interviews with the artists, the art artists, photographers, sculptors, the whole deal. And other artists hopefully coming up here on Music Funtime Show. But please, here, go check out Lohio.
Call out to me to come outside. I'm waiting for the end of the summertime, and the bugs and the trees, they don't know of me. I'm waiting inside, waiting for the end of the summertime. You know I wouldn't rather be stuck outside, waiting for the end of the summertime. You know I wouldn't rather be wasting all my hours fun after the show, wasting all my hours. You know you don't know, you know. Wasting summer days, rehearsing what to say. When the trees are colored, the grass is all covered with leaves. Now we don't speak till the summertime's complete. Away inside, waiting for the end of the summertime. You know I wouldn't rather be stuck inside, waiting for the end of the summertime.
What's up, guys? Sorg here. I'm here with Greg and Liz from Lohio. They got off the stage a little bit ago here at Liquid Sundays down here in the South Side. So how you guys doing? How you liking the event so far?
Doing great. It's great.
It's a great event. Excellent. How you guys were the opening band, you know? How was the reaction?
I had a lot of fun. It was great. Yeah, no, it's a good way to start off the night. We actually just came from practicing for our tour straight here to a show, so it was like a good little warm up, and then we came up on stage.
Primed to go.
Primed to hit the stage. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just had a chance to drink some Red Bull before I got up there, so it's all full of energy.
Excellent, excellent. Now, for anybody that hasn't heard Lohio before, can you tell us kind of what your sound's like?
Sure. It's like a folk indie rock band, so folk rock kind of. We've got really quiet, pretty songs. We've got really loud, energetic songs. So dynamic in the quiet to loud part.
Yeah. And we often compare ourselves to, well, we have like our guitar work is maybe more like Neil Young.
Sure, we got
But then we have like the sort of ragtag group vocals, so that's more like where the Wild Things Are soundtrack maybe.
Okay, now how long have you guys been together as a group?
A couple years now. We all kind of live in Pittsburgh and Lawrenceville, North Side.
Okay.
Well, I'm the songwriter, and it kind of formed around me having songs and finding friends in the local music scene. We kind of helped turn those songs, folk songs, into a band arrangement. Liv's from Louisville, she was here going to school at CMU. So we brought her in for a mutual friend. And everybody else, I just kind of came together because I became friends with them watching their other bands play in the local scene, and then when I was ready to like, hey, you know, I'd like to start a band. How about you? You're a great guitar player. Yep, sure. That kind of thing. Just so like we were friends, and when we started playing out, when I wanted to start playing out, we kind of formed a band.
Excellent. So you guys have been doing this for a bit. Anything wild you've seen out there? You know, it's always interesting doing live shows. You never know what the crowd's going to be.
Yeah, no, there's always certain things that come up. Funniest thing, what's the funniest thing maybe? We played once at a bar show, where a woman played at this bar show where the bar was kind of high up off the ground. You had a stage like maybe 4 or 5 feet.
Okay.
And you had a catwalk that led you up like 5 stairs to the stage, where I'm sitting like right at the edge of this catwalk, maybe 3 feet wide. So during the course of our set, this woman's dancing very seductively at the base of the stage, and as the show keeps going, she's tentatively
more and more intoxicated.
Yeah, and tentatively coming up the stairs near me over the course of a couple songs, till finally I'm at the top of the stairs and she's a step below, and she's kind of like grinding to like a pretty slow ballady type song. And so it did get a little bit uncomfortable, awkward, until we kind of embraced. I didn't embrace her, but embraced that she was dancing seductively in front of me. We had a moment, and then that was the end of the show. So it was a very bizarre kind of. It's the most bizarre thing that's happened. Just over the course of 30 minutes, watching somebody gradually come closer to you until like finally you're like face to face, and like maybe this isn't what we thought it was going to be.
And there's like a good like 4 or 5 feet between the stage and the crowd line, you know, that no one else is willing to cross.
Right. So
she like just keeps crossing it.
Yeah, it's kind of us in a spotlight together. Very.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
You shared a special moment.
We did. We had a special. I felt a special connection.
Fantastic. Now, is this the first kind of show like this? We got this kind of. We have all this art here and the music. Have you done kind of a hybrid show like this before, or is this your first?
No, we've done shows like this, which is always cool because you get to play. So with a show like this, you have the different artists, you have like the live graffiti that's going on. So I feel like those are all different kind of scenes in the city. You know, like when we play local shows in the city, there's a built-in kind of local scene, people that come out to those kind of shows. So you kind of have this community that you form, and I feel like there's those communities for graffiti artists, there's communities for the local art scene, this kind of thing. And it's not all the time that they kind of mingle.
Yeah.
So shows like this are fun because if you have an artist kind of displaying their work, their friends or their scene comes to support them, and then there's bleed over. You know, they come to see our show. We have fans that come out to see our shows. Maybe they don't always make it out to the artist openings, you know what I mean, or gallery crawls. So then there's bleed over into that. So I think like these kind of shows are really successful in that like those scenes that kind of happen in Pittsburgh that are maybe separated kind of get to commingle and, you know, get to see some people that haven't seen you before and likewise. You know.
Awesome. So if anyone wants to check you out, do you have a website?
We have a website, which is lohiomusic.com.
That's LOHIO.
Yep.
For people.
Lohio Music, all one word.com. And we're on all those places, Facebook and Twitter and MySpace. And so if you just go to Google, type LOHIO, you'll find any innumerable ways to get connected with our band.
Fantastic. Thanks, Light. What's coming up for you guys?
We're going on a couple-week tour through the Midwest. We just finished up an album, so we'll be releasing that album here in a couple weeks. September 28th, I think, is when it'll be hitting the radio and hitting iTunes will be available. We'll come back. We'll do a CD release for that on October 3rd. We're doing a show with Shearwater and Damien Gerardo early November. So there's lots of things going on, lots of good stuff.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. Check them out. Lohio, here at Lakewood Sunday.
Thank you. That's great.
Hey, this is Dr. E checking in from the Kingdom Extreme Mag Studios in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Alright, this is Dr. E here checking in with your weekly dose of new rock. This week, I have a couple choice selections that kind of stood out in the crowd for me. The first one we're going to take a look at is the new Linkin Park. It hit the streets on September 14th. This album kind of, shall we say, is a little more musical than their previous effort. There's kind of an interesting quote that we had from the band about the new disc. One of them said, "For months we've been destroying and rebuilding our band. The experience that resulted filled the studio hard drives with diverse and abstract sounds." I would have to suggest that that is kind of in part to them having Rick Rubin sitting in the producer seats. And if you guys aren't familiar with Rick Rubin, just kind of listen to this list of people he's worked with or produced, starting off with the Beastie Boys and Danzig, Jay-Z, Johnny Cash, Limp Bizkit, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Slayer, Metallica, System of a Down, Slipknot, Run DMC, LL Cool J, ZZ Top, Weezer, the Dixie Chicks, Nine Inch Nails, The Cult, Mars Voltaire, Public Enemy, The Ghetto Boys, Tom Petty, and Green Day, and now Linkin Park. So check this out. The new disc is called 1,000 Suns.
And all the people say, try to catch up, motherfucker. Lauren said money changes situation. Big said it increased the complication. How low can you go? Chuck a lot of game, but yet you don't know. Static on the way, make us all say, whoa. The people up top, push the people down low. Get down and obey every word. Steady getting mine if you haven't yet heard. Wanna take what I got, don't be absurd. Don't fight the power, nobody gets hurt. If you haven't heard yet, then I'm letting you know there ain't shit.
Alright, like I said, that was Linkin Park with a new one, 1,000 Sun. Next one we have is Filter. These guys kind of seem to drop off the earth, had a couple so-so albums or whatever, but they're back with a new one called The Trouble with Angels, and it was released a good part of a month ago in mid-August, actually August 17th. This album kind of has little hints of their industrial fluence, but has lots of melody and odd sounds, coupled with aggression and the buzzsaw guitars and the very loud choruses. Seems Richard Patrick here kind of devils into some religious topics. Some of them border blasphemous and others kind of hint at genius, but hey, really, what's the difference? Some of the songwriting here is just exemplary. Every track is just interesting and keeps your interest throughout the whole album. Take a listen. Here's a couple little snippets from Filter.
Torn up, looking for world. 20 years ago, you tried to take my eyes.
Hey, once again, this is Dr. E giving you a little bit taste of the new rock, and that was Filter coming off their album, The Trouble with Angels. Also available this week is there's new albums from Weezer, Robert Plant, Sully, the lead singer of Godsmack, has released a solo project, so that should be an interesting listen. And also for your old school kind of metalheads, Accept, I don't know if you remember those guys, have stepped up with a new one. Porcupine Tree, Birthday Massacre, if you guys are familiar with them. Here's a kind of interesting re-release of the now legendary Cowboys from Hell by Pantera. Our boys in Disciple drop Horseshoes a Hand Grenade. Also under the worst band in the world file, you have Lordy. You guys remember them from Ozfest a couple years back. They were pretty bad, but they have a new one called Babes for Breakfast. I'm also checking in as The Afters, Ocean Shies, and Chris Callahoo from the Tech 9 camp has some new material this week. Also, as I was working on this, I got a press release from one of my all-time favorite bands, Death Angel, and it seems that they have an album coming out today, matter of fact, so I'm going to go check that out as soon as we're done here, and maybe I can sneak some of that in for you next week. And that about wraps it up. Oh, and don't forget, Olivia Newton-John has a new one out if any of you are interested. That's it, Dr. E checking out. Peace out, y'all.
All right, guys, that was Dr. E checking in, of course, straight from KingdomExtremeMag.com. Go check out all the stuff there. A really great resource about the other side of things. We talked about to him before about the unknown Christian music underground that I was completely unaware of great stuff over there. Of course, a little more mainstream stuff this week with a little bit of Linkin Park and Filter, but still great stuff nonetheless. Great to hear from them. Let us know if you dig the changes we're making around here. We're trying to evolve the show, see what people like and don't like. Let us know if you like Dr. E's segment, the variety. Let us know stuff that you want us to play, you want us to consider for the show. Music at sorgatronmedia.com. We'll see you guys next time. Music Funtime Show.
You have been listening to the Free Music Funtime Show. Please add us and rate us on iTunes.